I just did a cold approach and it was horrifying. So I went to the toy store to buy some Christmas decorations for my mom. That's what she always wants. Every Christmas, she doesn't want any gifts other than one Christmas tree decoration so that she can collect them every year and like fill up a whole Christmas tree. So I went there to get her that. And this Christmas toy store is like 7 floors. It's massive. And as I was on my way up, like I go into the store and out of the corner of my eye, I spot a girl. Now, I do have a type. This girl was exactly my type. Like small nose, pretty eyes, like kind of model looking. She looked like she could have been a model. Um, and she was trying on like a Christmas hat. And I've made a deal with myself a couple weeks ago that I'm going into business mode. I'm doing the winter arc thing, so I'm fully focused on business, making money, just getting things off the ground in the business space. I I was coming into this off of a whole summer, maybe actually more like 6 months of making girls my priority, where I was just going out a lot, meeting a lot of girls, cold approaching a lot at the beach, and just being, um, that guy. I was literally filming some content as well for dating. So I completely flipped it around. So I'm in a headspace now where I'm like numbers, business, real estate agents, trading, coding. It's very hard when you're in that headspace to be social, to talk to people, to talk to girls, especially girls that you like. So I go upstairs into the shop and I'm looking around for the Christmas decorations for my mom. And not for 1 second does this girl ever leave my mind. I knew she was downstairs, she was on the ground floor. I knew I was gonna see her again on my way out. So as I'm searching the floors, like floor one, two, three, up to seven, for Christmas decorations, the whole time in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about this girl. By the time I reach floor seven, it's now been about 15 minutes since I saw her. And when I realize I've been thinking about this girl for the past 15 minutes straight, if I don't do something about it, it will haunt me for the rest of my life. So, what I did is I created a quick monologue in my head because I knew I was gonna go blank. I knew if I just went up to her and try and freestyle it, I was just gonna freeze or be awkward. So I created like a quick monologue that I can just like deliver, so I can relax a little bit, knowing I've got like at least the first two things that I'm gonna say were planned. And the whole time I'm thinking like, oh, what should I say? What should I do? And I'm just building her up in my head. I'm like, this girl is perfect. She looks like my wife. She looks like this. I'm about to approach my potential future wife, and my head's just spinning. It's nuts. And the more I do this, the harder I'm making it for myself to actually go and approach this girl. And so I catch myself doing it, and I'm like, okay, you gotta stop. Think about all of the other girls that you've dated, that you've spoken to, that you're currently speaking to. Think about all that you're trying to do in your life, like the plans you have, like your projected trajectory. You are objectively a valuable guy, and you have other options too. This girl is not one of a kind. She doesn't have to be your future wife. There can be other even better girls. Chill. What's the monologue? Okay, good. Now go say it. So I go downstairs, like I had to cool myself down. I go downstairs to the ground floor on my way out, and I'm like, oh shit, there she is. And I don't even go straight away. I'm like, I do another round around the store, pretend to look at some reindeers, pretend to look at some Christmas toys in the store, and then finally I'm like, I'm waiting for a moment where she's not like surrounded by other people, by other staff, because I don't want to make it even more embarrassing for myself. And I go like, oh, excuse me, hey, excuse me. I'm like, just like almost like a customer coming. She worked there, by the way. This girl worked there, right? She's part of staff. I should have mentioned. Um, so I knew she was gonna be there when I came back because she was staff. So I'm like, oh hey, excuse me. And then I've got this bag in my hand because I bought at this point I've bought the Christmas decoration for my mom. So I'm like, yeah, I was just on my way out, but I thought you looked really nice, and then I go honest. I'm like, yeah, I didn't really have a plan. Um, yeah, and then I just kind of started talking to her. She's like, oh yeah, my dad's from here, and I'm this, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, cool, that's cool. And then I just started free flowing it for like a minute, and then I'm like, yeah, anyway, it's my lunch break now. I do have to get back to work, but are you on Instagram? And she gave me her Instagram. No, I'm not gonna give you guys her at, but she gave me her Instagram. She's like a singer, I think. She's got like 20K followers, and whether she's gonna add me back or reply doesn't even matter. What matters is that I'm now back home, and I know I didn't quit on myself. I know I can get back to business, to what I'm actually trying to do with my life, knowing that I'm that guy. Because I used to have this problem. I used to need like 2 or 3 days of doing just that, just doing cold approach, just talking to girls, just going on dates, just to put myself like almost like autistically. I needed to like warm up. Like I can't be good enough to talk to girls unless I've like talked to 50 girls on the street in the past 3 days just to warm up. It's like, you know what? Fuck it. No, I can focus on business. I can focus on my life. Go about my daily life. See somebody I like and just take a quick break for 2 minutes, talk to them, get a detail, get an Instagram, and then continue. It doesn't have to be I'm either all in on business or I'm all in on dating, because that used to be me big time up until very recently. Actually, this is probably one of the first times that I'm able to talk to a girl of that caliber without being like during summer when I'm like full on in fuckboy mode, right? Um, so I'm really proud of myself that I did that. And now I can get back to business. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say I think the main takeaway here is have a plan, have like a monologue or like a thing to say that you can always fall back on. Because at least, if nothing else, you can just say that thing and you can go home knowing you've tried. Even if she says no, even if she says I got a boyfriend, at least you didn't quit on yourself. And then yeah, just have a plan. Have a few lines. There's nothing wrong with having like one or two opening lines. Like you can freestyle after that, but like have a plan that you can always say to somebody. And what was the other thing? Yeah, you're not always gonna get the luxury of having like I had months where I could just focus on this. Most people will never get that. So you have to figure out a way to become that guy who's just like doing business, but also able to be charming and talk to girls and vibe. You kind of have to be able to be in your logical head and also be able to vibe at a moment's notice. And it took me years to figure out how to do that switch quickly. It's been the bane of my existence for over 10 years. And I think I'm finally there. And today has proven that I finally got it right. But I had to go through hell to get that balance. I'll tell you guys what I mean by that in like the next videos. I've done a bunch of shit in my life trying to become the guy I wanted to become. And I've had to give up on like work opportunities that would have brought me a lot of money in order to become the guy who I wanted to be, right? And yeah, I think I'm gonna talk about that more on this channel, because I think a lot of men, especially very intellectual, highly successful men, will be interested to hear in what I have to say. I'm not calling myself highly successful. I'm not. Look at the fucking flat behind me. Look at where I live. Or highly intellect. I do read books. I'm not highly intellectual, but I've had the problems of being an intellectual without like the successful startup, right? Like I've had the autism, like the problems with women, but not the success of being Elon Musk, right? and I've had to deal with those problems. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think I finally cured them through years of trying different things and struggles. And I'd love to tell you guys how I did it. So stay tuned. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I know it's a long video. Shout out to you if you stayed all the way until the end. And I promise to make the next one a lot shorter. See ya.